So guys, now let's try to understand what is the difference between next generation firewall and legacy firewall, or what is legacy firewall and what is next generation firewalls. So before explaining the concept of next generation firewall and legacy firewall, let me explain you one thing. Guys, everyone is aware about the TCP IP models. TCP IP model. In TCP IP model, if you remember, we have here application layer. Then we have a transport layer. Then we have a network layer. What is the next layer? Data link layer. Then we have a physical layer. This application layer is a mix up of your session layer and presentation layer. And if I'll say this layer is known as layer 7, this layer is known as layer 4, this known as layer 3, this known as layer 2, and this known as layer 1. Now, guys, tell me one thing. Here we have a raw data. At layer 7, we just have a raw data. Here we have two protocols, majorly TCP and UDP, and where we have a concept of source port and destination port. At layer 3, we have a majorly IP protocol, where we have a majorly source IP and destination IP. Then we have a layer 2, where we have a frame, where we have a source MAC and destination MAC. And here we have a all are 0101, right? Physical wires now. So this model is everyone is okay. Everyone know this model now. Now let's try to move towards your concept of next generation firewall and legacy firewall. Okay, cool. So guys, if I'll put the name, let me just write down some name of some next generation firewalls. NGFW firewall. So in the next generation firewall list, the first firewall is your PaloAlto firewall. Second next generation firewall is your FortiGate firewall. Your third next generation firewall is your Checkpoint firewall. Your fourth next generation firewall is your Cisco FTD FMC. Guys, these are the main next generation firewalls. And apart from that list, we have some legacy firewall as well. Let me put the name of legacy firewalls. In the list of legacy firewall, the first firewall is your most used firewall in the organization, which is Cisco ASA. Everyone heard that name of Cisco ASA, guys? Most used firewall till today. The second legacy firewall is your Juniper SRX. The third firewall from the legacy list is your Sophos. Fourth one, did you heard the name of firewalls from you have heard the name of Sonic Wall firewall? Then we have a Cyber Room firewall. Then we have a firewall from HP, firewall from Dell as well, right? etc. But these are the name of some legacy firewall. Now guys, if somebody asks in the interview, what is the main difference between your next generation firewalls and legacy firewall? You have to simply answer that question. The main difference between your next generation firewall process the packet, or next generation firewall process the packet on the basis of layer 3 information, layer 4 information, and layer 7 information. Your legacy firewall, they will process the packet on the basis of layer 3 information and on the basis of layer 4 information. That's the main difference between next generation firewall and legacy firewall. Now, let's suppose if I have a one network diagram here, one simple diagram, I have here one firewall. Let's suppose it's a legacy firewall. I have one PC here. Here we have internet. Now here I have one server. Let's suppose on this server there's a one file. There's a one MP4 file. On this file, there's a one virus code. One virus code available into that particular MP4 file, and it's around 10 MB of file. This PC have IP address 10.1.1.100. This server have IP address, let's say 151.7.100. And that server hosted its service on TCP port 443. Right? Now, just guys, let's try to understand now what's going to happen here. Now this PC is trying to download this particular file from the server. So what will happen? If he will try to download this particular file from this server, what will happen? Guys, that particular server hosting his services on port number 443, which means from this PC, if I will try to make a connection with this, what will happen? First thing, TCP three-way handshake? Yes or no? Because from this PC, I'm communicating with the server who is hosting his service on 443, which is a web servers. Hosted his services on HTTPS protocol. So guys, they will do the TCP three-way handshake or not? Yes, no? Guys actually responds on these things, okay? Otherwise, I can stop here. These are the things which will help you in cracking your interviews, okay? Just remember. And once your TCP three-way handshake will complete, what will happen? They will exchange, they will do this TCP three-way handshake, SYN plus ACK and ACK. Tell here, your first part is completed, which is TCP three-way handshake, right? SYN plus ACK and ACK, right? And after that, what will happen? After TCP three-way handshake will complete, what will happen? Tell here, your connection is established. Tell me guys, what will happen now? TCP three-way handshake is completed. Now what will happen? What will start? Lots of people are saying get request. Client hello. I got good answer from Sachin and Ramprasad. Yeah, now what they will do, the second thing, they will do the SSL handshake. Don't worry, how SSL handshake used to happen, I will use to cover in detail in your classes. Don't worry for that. Now what will happen? They will start the SSL handshake here. In SSL handshake, first packet is client hello. Then you will get one more packet from here where you will get server hello, server certificate, and server hello done, right? And after that, the third message, client key exchange plus chain cipher spec. Now again, server key exchange, chain cipher spec, and your SSL handshake will complete here. Second thing is completed here. After that, what will happen? Third thing. Now your application data will start. Here what? They will start the application data. Now this application data is secured with the help of TLS protocol, Transport Layer Security Protocol. Guys, now just tell me one thing. When this PC will download this particular file from that server, when on this PC, when I will download this file from the server, this 10 MB of file, inside this TLS, so whatever virus code available into this file, this virus code available at which layer? At layer 3, at layer 4, or at layer 7? At which layer you will see this virus code? Virus code you will see at layer 7. Now tell me one thing. Is this firewall? Is this is a legacy firewall? Is this firewall able to understand the layer 7 content? No. Legacy firewall is not able to understand the layer 7 content, which means now this, when he will download this file, this virus code will also gets downloaded into this PC, and now this PC compromised and he is become the bot now, which means your entire security is breached. So guys, now you will understood why people are migrating their legacy environment or their legacy firewall with the next generation firewalls. Bot is nothing, it's just a machine who is just a compromised machine basically. Okay, bot is nothing, it's just a compromised machine where hacker has installed some type of malware or some type of virus code. Now he can use that machine according to his commands. Okay, so guys, now due to that reason only, because you know your legacy firewall is not able to inspect the traffic at layer 7, what we have to go for the next generation solution, or we have to go for the next generation firewalls. Okay, now let me tell you one more thing here. It's not like that. Let's suppose, now let me just go with the Cisco terminology, guys. Okay, for some time we will, let's suppose this is your Cisco ASA firewall. This is your Cisco ASA firewall. Now ASA will protect you from layer 3 to layer 4, means it will protect you from the network attacks like TCP flood attack, TCP SYN flood attack, UDP flood attack, ICMP flood attack, right? Now, if you want a protection from virus, from spywares, from vulnerabilities, what you have to? You have to introduce one more solution here, which is IPS solution from Cisco. If you want a protection from malware, what you have to do? You have to purchase one more solution from Cisco, which is Cisco AMP, Advanced Malware Protection. If you want a URL filtering solution, in that case, what? You need to purchase one more solution from Cisco, which is WSA, Web Security Appliance. So guys, that was the problem in your legacy networks. And that's also a Cisco sales strategy. What they used to do, they have created a dedicated solution for dedicated tasks. And instead of, and if you want a full security in your organization, you have to purchase 4 solutions together. But with the help of next generation firewalls, what they have done, you just needs to purchase one box, and you will get all these particular features on these particular boxes. So that is the main reason people has started the migration from their legacy firewall to the next generation firewalls. Now, what are the common features which is offered by your next generation firewalls? Let me write down here. Because your next generation firewall, NGFW, they can able to inspect the traffic on the basis of layer 3, on the basis of layer 4, and on the basis of layer 7. Because that feature is available at layer 7. Because they will inspect the traffic at layer 7. And due to that, because they can able to understand the layer 7 content, because of that, they offer a feature called application identification, app ID. Means now you are allowed to configure the rules on the basis of application. Means you can allow the Facebook. You can allow the Facebook, but you can able to block the Facebook chat. On Facebook, we have chatting option, right? We have a video call option. You can allow the normal Facebook, but you can block the Facebook chat. That type of control you will get at the application level. Okay. So you will get the one feature which is app ID, application identity. You can block now YouTube traffic. In old days, let me just tell you one thing, because let's suppose we have one server here. This is a torrent server. This is a server from torrent. Now, this server have some IP address. It has some port number as well. Right or wrong? And guys, in your legacy firewalls, what we will use, we generally use source IP, destination IP, source port, and destination port. These 3 things, these 4 things for allowing the traffic and for denying the traffic. Now tell me one thing. If this particular IP address of torrent is changing every minute, they are changing their port number every minute. Are your legacy firewall is able to block this traffic? Now this information is not fixed in case of torrent. So are these firewall, are legacy firewall able to block the torrent traffic? No, right? But this next generation firewall, because they can able to read the layer 7 information. See, source IP and port number you can change easily, but are you able to change the backend code or the backend website code of torrent every minute? Is it is doable, guys? Are anyone able, are torrented people able to change the website code every minute? This is not doable, right? It's take months of times, right? So guys, what your next generation firewall used to do, they used to read the information at layer 7. They used to read that particular code because this particular code has some pattern on it for the torrent. And according to these patterns, according to this app ID signature database, my firewall is identify, oh, this traffic is looks like a torrent. And after that, it will evaluate your security policies. And on that security policy, you will just simply written that rule. If traffic is for torrent, just block it. And your firewall will block the traffic right away. Now you will get that type of benefit here. Guys, let me tell you one more thing. I have seen this common problem in the production environment. There are some common websites like Zoom or Webex. Generally, these particular website people use just for the meeting purpose. And guys, let's suppose if you have the legacy firewall, and if you want to allow the traffic for Zoom or you want to allow the traffic for Webex, what used to happen? We used to request the IP list from Zoom and from Webex. They used to share around 100 plus IPs. They also used to share 100 plus IPs. And after that, we used to write our security policies. Yes or no? This is the method used by in traditional days, or this is the method which is used in your legacy networks or into your legacy firewalls. But tell me one thing, if they did any type of IP modification, what you have to do now? Let's suppose you have 1,000 firewalls across the globe. Now you have to modify your security policy on all of your 1,000 firewalls or not. We have to do that. If they have changed some IP ranges, now you have to add that new range into your security policies if you are using legacy firewalls. But with the help of this app ID feature, we don't need it now, these IP details. We can just put the application is Zoom, allow it. Application is Webex, allow the traffic. Or deny the traffic, whatever we want. So that kind of benefit you will get. And if they will did any modification in their application, you don't need to worry about it. PaloAlto or the appropriate vendor who will update the app ID signature for you. You don't need to do anything. So guys, that type of flexibility you will get in your next generation firewall with the help of app ID feature. So app ID is the biggest feature which is supported in your next generation firewall. And due to that particular feature, most of the organization they have started migration or they have started using the next generation firewalls. Now the second feature, which is anti-virus protection. You will get now antivirus protection, guys, because in previous, what used to happen, if you want this antivirus protection, you have to introduce the IPS box. But with the help of next generation firewall, you don't need to introduce any extra box, extra hardware. You just need to purchase the license and that's it. And you can able to configure the antivirus protection. In your legacy firewall, they are not able to understand the layer 7 content. So you will not use to get the virus protection. But in next generation firewall, because they can read your layer 7 content, so you will get the antivirus protection into these firewalls. Then the third feature is your anti-spyware protection. Anti-spyware plus DNS sinkhole protection. That is the feature which is available in your next generation firewalls. If there is any spyware is trying to send any type of traffic, or if any hacker he is trying to install any type of spyware in the employee system, your firewall will block that particular spyware communication. It will also drop all the all the malicious DNS request. So that type of benefit also you will get with the help of next generation firewall. That feature is not there in your legacy firewall. The fourth one, vulnerability protection. You will get the vulnerability protection feature as well in your next generation firewall. Legacy firewall is not supported. That feature is not there. You have to purchase a dedicated box, which is IPS solution for that. But in next generation firewall, you will get all these just in one box. Fifth feature, guys, in Cisco legacy environment for URL filtering, which solution we used to purchase? WSA, web security appliance. But now these next generation firewall, they will offer the URL filtering solution just in same box. So you will get the URL filtering solution as well into this similar box. Now you are able to block the URLs on the basis of categories. Like you want to block all the adult websites. You want to block all the malware related websites. You want to block all the phishing websites. You want to block all the social networking websites. You can able to do that. So that particular feature is also available into next generation firewalls. Then the sixth number, which is data protection. Data protection means, now if let's suppose we have HR team, generally your HR team, they have your bank details, or we have a finance team, they have your bank details, right? If somebody from finance team, if he is trying to upload your bank details with someone, and that traffic going through the firewall, in that case your firewall will block that type of communication as well. So you will get the data protection as well. Even though we have a dedicated DLP solutions, but you will get some basic DLP support as well with the help of next generation firewalls. Then we have a file blocking policies. File blocking or file protection means now you can able to control the upload and downloading of different file types. Means if you want to block the downloading of all the .exe file, you can able to do that. If you want to block the uploading of all your Visio files, all your PDF files, you can able to do that. So that kind of protection also you will get with the help of file blocking policies. We have one more feature here, which is wildfire. Or I can say this feature is also known as sandboxing. Most of the next generation firewall vendors, they used to say they will provide you the real-time protection from malwares. Or they used to say 0-day protection from malwares. Because you know what used to happen? Let's suppose there is a one hacker community. There is a one hacker community. They have created one malware. They have created one very new malware. Now guys, tell me one thing, because it's a new malware, your next generation firewall, whatever devices we have across the globe, all these devices, they have any type of signature for this malware? No, they don't have. If they don't have any signature for this new malware, then if This malware is someone is trying to download in his system and the traffic going through your firewall. What will happen? What do you think? What will happen? It got installed into that PC, or your firewall will provide you some protection. Guys, if you have this wildfire feature, what used to happen? Your firewall, this is the PC, your firewall stop this malware here. It will not allow this malware. And what it will do, it will just try to send this malware towards the sandboxing cloud. Or in case of PaloAlto, it will send this malware towards the wildfire cloud. In wildfire cloud, what will happen? In wildfire cloud, they have all type of devices. You will see some bare metal devices, some physical devices, all type of operating systems available for Windows, for Linux, for Mac, for iOS, all type of environment they are having, and they will run that particular malware into all these environments, and they will observe the behavior. If this, if it's a malware and they have observed the behavior is malicious, what they will do, they will right away update to this firewall. It's a malware and now your firewall will block the connection. And apart from this, across the globe, let's suppose they have 1 million firewalls into every organization who has the wildfire license. They will update regarding this, regarding the signature of this malware right away to all these 1 million firewalls. So that's how they will provide you the 0-day protection or real-time protection from the unknown malwares. Okay, these are the some features which is offered by your next generation firewalls, and all these features comes under the layer 7. One more feature is there, guys, the last feature, which is user ID. Previously, we are able to write the security policies on the basis of source IP, destination IP, source port, and destination port. But with the help of this user ID feature, we can also add here user ID field. Means we can configure the rules on the basis of username. In every organization, every employee, they have some username, right? According to that username, you can able to configure the security policies in your next generation firewalls. So these are the some benefit you will get on your next generation firewalls over your legacy firewall. I hope, guys, now you will get the points here. Or if somebody asks what is next generation firewall and what is legacy firewall, you can able to answer. Everyone is okay? Or anyone have any doubts? Anyone have any doubts with regards to next generation firewall versus legacy firewalls? Okay, that's cool. So guys, I'm stopping here today.